How's it going, Reef Keepers? Hope everybody's having a good start to their week. So I realized I did not do, and I guess I was kind of waiting because I got some new frags and I knew I was going to get those new frags, but I never circled back around and did a official like update video for the month of May on the Ole Reef here. So I figure I'll just walk through it. In my most recent videos, I've gone over the corals that I got from Top Shelf Aquatics, but just to point them out if you didn't see those videos, the corals that I got from Top Shelf are all these bits that have like the very white frag plugs in comparison to everything else. So you can pick out the new corals pretty easily. And actually, I moved a couple around. So I've got some various stylos that I got. I got a whole bunch of Monties, even though I had, Monty eating nudies that went through so many of my Monties before. After I put that Melanaris wrasse in there, she just really took care of. I mean, I had like Monties that I was sure were going to be dead meat. And I actually fragged frags and spread them into my nano tanks thinking that, oh, all my Monties are going to die in this tank. But that Melanaris wrasse has done such a good job. Like this piece right here, that piece, that actually, I cut that down just totally flush with the base. And I have seen that much growth since I had those Montipore eating nudibranchs in there. So I don't know. I think I'm rolling the dice on Monty's again. I've got this sweet grafted piece that I picked up from Top Shelf. It's doing great. In fact, all the pieces that I got from them are doing really, really well. They are all super, super healthy. And the lights are still, you guys might think the tank looks a little bit dim or a little bit like almost like there's like a yellow tint to it. And that's because the refis are still in acclimation mode. I run really long acclimation periods for my corals. I'm really paranoid about it. So yeah, I'm long acclimating and bringing those lights up very, very slowly. So yeah, a little bit of a dimmer or like yellowish tint to the tank. So I apologize. Um, but yeah, all these pieces that I got are just looking great, right? That piece right there is really cool. Again, it's so hard. I mean, in months to come, you guys will be able to enjoy these, a lot more when the lights are brighter, when those refis are really hitting them. But as you can see, everything else in the tank, incredibly happy. I don't have any like crazy algae outbreaks going on. Um, the Grand Elegance is still absolutely thriving. Seeing growth on just about everything in here. And the fish are all happy and healthy too. This guy I don't see as much anymore. What's up, bud? Um, yeah, here's the crew down here. Here's the crew that likes to show themselves off the most. Hanging around, doing good. I did get two peppermint shrimp from Top Shelf because, and they haven't found this yet. I'll try to zoom on it. See that right there? So I had a peppermint shrimp for like 5 years. I kid you not, maybe four, but it was the most long-lived shrimp. I couldn't even believe how long this peppermint shrimp lived, and I'm pretty sure that this fella right here, I'm pretty sure that scarlet hawkfish picked that peppermint shrimp off because all of a sudden he wasn't in there. He was not in ill health either. Like I was amazed at the longevity of this peppermint shrimp. So as the scarlet hawkfish has gotten bigger, I think it did pick that peppermint shrimp off. But I got two more from Top Shelf, and they're both in the tank. I see them every day. By the way, they shipped in those peppermint shrimp at the proper size. So this is the last time I'll complain about it, but I did order a peppermint shrimp from saltwateraquarium.com, and I could not believe how small it was. It literally would have fit on like my pinky, the nail of my pinky finger. That's how small it was. And I don't even know. I put it in a nano tank because I knew it'd get eaten immediately in this tank. And I have no idea if it's alive or not. I never saw it again. So I was like, all right, I need a peppermint shrimp. That's my go-to to take care of Aptasia. So I went ahead and got two from Top Shelf. And my gosh, I mean, huge, super healthy, like, like on the cusp of adulthood, like late stage juvenile looking, full of energy. So I was really, really happy with that. And I'm sure they will eventually find that little Aptasia piece. But the other thing I'm looking to do is that preschool that I take take care of the tank at, that preschool actually had Trocus snails successfully breed. So they have like 12 babies in that tank. So it's actually a good amount of snails for them now. But I want them to breed again because if I see another crop of new babies in there, I'm definitely gonna. It's funny once you get a tank going that you're taking care of in a town, especially a place where like you don't know one other reefer. It's like, oh my gosh, like all the little critters and like coral frags and stuff. The sharing between tanks is wild. So I'm definitely looking to pick a couple more Trocus snails off because I have noticed like my Trocus snail population is starting to thin out. I see Astrias, they're doing pretty good in here. I got Astrias up here, but yeah, Trocus snails over time, for whatever reason, they have a terrible habit of getting way too close to the elegance over there. And the elegance eats about a snail a month these days. So yeah, I think that's probably what happened to him. But yeah, guys, thrilled with everything right now. Lighting combo looks great. Um, fantastic. Refis are ramping up just as they should. I got more videos on the refis coming out soon. All my systems are working properly. Oh, I will say, my Jabao return pump. So I have in this back chamber here, the main return line right there, I have a Neptune Core 15 on that. And then the backup return line, if anything ever happens to the Core 15, this backup return line right here is just like I think it's a JBow DCP 4000, I think. Don't hold me to it. It died. So I test that once a month. I have like a calendar event for it, like make sure your backup systems work. Yeah, it stopped working. I don't know why. It's just throwing me an error code. And the error code's kind of inconclusive. I looked it up. So I am going to be installing, and I might do some video on it, it's basically the Aqua Illumination, I forget what the pump, Axis. It is like an Aqua Illumination Axis pump, but not. So it's like the actual pump that's ripped off of, the Chinese version of it. Like I went on AliExpress and poked around. I was like, I want to find, because I love the form factor of those Axis pumps because they draw from the bottom, right? So I was like, man, I really want to get that. But I don't want to support aperture in the process. And so I was like, I bet you I could find that. So I poked around, and what is it? ZKSJ is the company that I think the AI is having produce those pumps and then slapping their name and their control box on it. So I've got that coming from AliExpress, and it looks like identical dead ringer to the Axis pumps. I'm going to be putting one of those on there. And by the way, you can get them for so much cheaper on AliExpress, and I think they come with Bluetooth, might have a Wi-Fi version, and also they are so much stronger for the price. I mean, like, I forget what the maximum level Axis pump from AI is, but I got one that was like 30% stronger than that one for, how much was it? Maybe $100 or something. And I don't know what the top end was from AI, but I remember laughing when I saw the price. I'm like, oh my God. I just, when those ripoffs happen, I just want to go and find the original product and get that instead because I know it's going to be more for the money every time. So anyway, sorry, I've rambled. I'll give you guys one nice final look at the tank here. Everything looking good. And again, I apologize that the lights are not ramped up more. You'll get that bright, poppy reef look coming back in the next couple of weeks here. But I didn't want to hurt anything, I don't buy coral a lot, and I want to be really careful with my existing coral because I'm really attached to it. I got a lot of pieces that have grown out, more and more, like this Duncan back here. Not that a Duncan's going to, imminently die or anything like that, but I just, I just want to be cautious with the ramping of the light. Anyhow, thanks for listening, guys. Have a good one.